Welcome to part 5 of creating a full stack blog with React and Google Sheets. Last time we listed down our blog posts on this page and we created multiple tabs to separate our pages. In this video, we will create a separate blog page and maybe we add the about page too, and in addition we'll try to do let's see if we have some time, we'll see them. So let's begin. Let's go back to our code editor. We'll create a new component inside our components folder. We'll call it blog post.js. Copy this. Now let's set up the component structure. This would return a pane that has a heading, right? For now, let's just say blog post. Then let's export this component, right? And then in our app.js file, we'll create a selected blog state variable. And this will be an object. Now what we will do is, when any blog post is clicked on, the selected blog will be set to that one. So we need to pass this function as a prop to our blog posts component, and then in our blog post component we receive it as a prop, and then down here we'll add an on-click event handler. Down here we'll add an on-click. On-click, and in a callback we'll set the selected blog to blog, right? And we'll give this a style wherein we'll set the cursor to pointer. Oh, did I set it inside of that? So yeah, outside of this, like that. So now our blog will be selected, and then once the blog is selected, we'll check for it, and if it is, then we'll display the blog post component, and the blog post component will return the blog as a prop, which will be the selected blog. Save. Now we go to the blog post component. We receive that blog. So generally you receive props like this, but we'll just destructure right here using the object destructuring method, and we'll just get our blog here, and then in the heading we'll just display blog.title. Let's check it out. So now cursor is set to pointer. Let's click on the first blog, and as you can see, the first blog title is displayed down here. Cool. So what we also want is that this entire thing should be hidden when a blog post is being displayed, right? So what we'll do is The tab navigation is fine, that can be there, but just this should be hidden. So what we can do is we can grab this entire thing or these two things, cut them, and then we come down here, we create an empty tags, and inside of that we paste what we copied like this. So now the first blog is being displayed, right, because it's set. Now to go back, what we can do is we can create a back button, a button that says back, and on click. So we'll set the selected blog. So to do that, this component should also receive selected blog as a prop like this, and then back in the blog post component we'll get that in the prop here, and then we'll set the blog to an empty object. So when we click on back, that's hidden. What's happening here? So selected blog, when that's false, this should be displayed, right? But it's not being displayed. We'll check for selected blog.title instead. So cool. Now when we click on this, the blog is displayed. When we click on back, we come back, second blog, back. Cool. So it's working fine. Now let's make this look a bit better, but first let's list down all of the properties. So in our blog post component, below the heading, we'll display the description. Now the heading should be bigger. We'll give it a size of 800 or 900, and the description is fine as such. Then we'll create a paragraph, or for now, yeah, let's just create a paragraph, and we'll just give it the blog body here. And below the description, we'll display the blog image. So why don't we just copy this tag and paste it here, and import the image component from Evergreen, and here's our blog. So let's center everything here. Style, text align, center. Cool. After that, let's just call it go back. Let's give it an appearance primary. Cool. And then we can basically call this a pane. Right? And give it a margin top and give it some padding. Maybe 10, right? And we can give it some background. Cool. Yeah. And we'll give it a width, let's say 60%. And we can set the margin to 20 px auto. Okay, so we need to use the style attribute for that, and inside of that like this, and then we'll capitalize the blog title. So we'll copy this and paste it here. Cool. And we'll increase the size for the blog image because this can be big, right? A bit more. Cool. This is fine. And right. So this is how our blogs look. We can populate some good amount of text to see how it would look. So let's go and create a search for a blog on React. Let's copy this, create post, and go back, create post, title, description, and then just copy some text, this much. And for the image, let's just grab this and let's create post. Post created, and it's right at the bottom. So now we see that it's overflowing a lot, so we need to fix that. So let's go back to our blog posts component, and we'll give this a fixed width of, let's say, 300, right? And here what we'll do is we'll also we'll slice the descriptions to be just 200 characters, right? And we'll just add maybe ... ellipsis at the end. Cool. Yeah. So this is giving us like in ascending order. We would want it in descending order. So we can do that ourselves. So let's reverse the array when we set the blob. So we'll just do data.reverse. So what it does is, so we get the array in descending order, and now our latest blog is at the top. So now let's click on it, and here is our blog. Cool. Now let's add some spacing in our blog post. So we'll give some margin bottom to our title. We'll also give some margin bottom to our description. Cool. And then we'll give some margin bottom to our image. Can image have that? Yeah. And then we have our text here. So far so good. Now the next step, what we can do is our blog is basically working. So we have our blogs listed. We can read each blog and we can create blogs as well. So what we can do now is, okay, before that, let's hide the navigation too, because it doesn't look very intuitive there. So we'll put our navigation to here. Cool. So now when you go back, you see these and then you can, right. So next what we can do is, in our create post, we can allow our user to create the blog body using either Markdown or using an editor, so they can format the text, right? Like headings, list, things like that, links and images. So we can try doing that in the next video. And if you are with me so far, please subscribe the channel and I'll see you in the next video.